This is an awesome day, and I'm glad to present here. You guys look great. You guys really look great. Unlike this other Toastmasters meeting I've been. And this is a true story. And this is not me saying. I invited some of my friends to join me at a Toastmasters competition where I was presenting. Like today I invited Tang and Greg. So I always try to bring in people who may be motivated to join Toastmasters and improve their skill set, or maybe help us learn more. And I invited a friend of mine who was sitting in the back while I was trying to go to the stage. Just as I was trying to walk up to the stage in a few minutes, looking at my phone, he sends me a text. Is this Toastmasters or an obese club? Seems to me like a bit insensitive, but at the same time, it gave me the idea for my next speech. I'm today talking about the obesity epidemic that is engulfing the US. And I will try to inspire you with some ideas to reduce overeating and live a healthy life. US has only 6% of the world's population, and yet we have 33% of the obese people in USA. It is similar to having 1 billion people more living on this planet. When we look at the overpopulation and the constraints on the resources on this planet Earth, we always think about population. How about India and China? Population is exploding. But according to researchers and an article on BBC which I read last week, it is not the number of people or the number of mouths that we are going to feed on this planet. It is the amount of flesh that is on this planet that actually is causing the constraint on the resources of this planet. From there on, we have to look at how we can help reduce this problem so that we can have a healthy living. One of my good friends, who again is not in his best shape, is very dear to me. And one time talking to him, I was asking him, hey buddy, why did you let it go? How did this happen? And the reply was, one Coke at a time. You do not wake up on a single day 20 pounds overweight. It's a process. And there are things in life which can lead you to that point. There are temptations all over with food. I was in Vegas last week and went to one of the casino buffets. I almost went into a food coma. I never stop by a donut shop in the morning, but when a nice coworker stops by with a box of donuts by my desk, it's really hard for me to say, no, go away. No, I can't do that. And I'm learning how, trying to learn. We in this society are advancing day by day, yet there are emotional gaps. Many people try to fill the emotional gap in their life with a big burrito filled with salt. We do not afford to do that. And there are other advanced countries with similar GDP like Japan, which have a really good in terms of average weight. Japan is way ahead or higher on the scale in terms of healthy living, and they have a similar GDP, similar lifestyle. It's not an excuse that, oh, that's the pain that comes with advancement and technology, is that you stop moving. So that's just one excuse. Sugar, fat, and salt. When we talk about fast food, I did some research and read some things, and these are the three ingredients: sugar, fat, and salt, which the fast food places, your restaurants, try to make a right amount of mixture, which is called the bliss point. By varying these three things, they have the cheesecakes, your soda drinks, optimized to a knob which will get the maximum bliss. So when you eat a chocolate chip cookie, after walking up to your desk, you're still thinking, oh man, that was good. These foods reinforce themselves. So you go for one cookie, I bet you, if you had one cookie and have a tray of cookies in front of you, there have been experiments that very few people can resist picking the second. You could try to tell your mind, but every time you're telling your mind, don't pick it up, don't pick it up, don't pick it up, even if you don't. So they take over you. This is an addiction. But we can overcome that by switching to healthy eating. So we need to stop the excuses in our life. I got a really good formula for you to stay healthy. It's an all new revolutionary formula which I came up with my research, and you know how brilliant I am. The formula is eat less and exercise more. And you can do that. We have people who inspire us who are within this club. I see Art and Vincent taking a jog during the lunch hour, and I'm sure that he's my boss and he's busier than I am. So there is no excuse of not keeping us staying in a healthy shape. I have a few tips for you that worked for me. The first thing I strongly recommend is get a really nice weighing scale. Because the times I have gained weight is when I'm really feeling good. I think I'm exercising, swimming an hour daily, but yet I'm eating a whole lot because of this, exercising more, and my weight is staying the same or going up. So monitor it daily. The next is switch to healthy eating. Again, my sister is a doctor and she has been reinforcing these habits in me, that instead of trying to avoid food, switch to healthier food. I have tried to, don't skip dinner, but eat something like fruit smoothies. Every time I go to the grocery store, instead of going to the cake aisle, I go over to the vegetable aisle and get kale, strawberries, fruits, celery, and go home, put it all in the blender, and that's generally my dinner. Put a little bit yogurt, and you'll find numerous of these good. And don't put sugar in it. That will totally not be counterproductive. Yeah. And another great thing that has helped me is portion control. You just go online and look at the Chipotle burrito portion. It has about a foot long of Subway. A Chipotle burrito has about 1,000 calories, and so does a foot long Subway. You can eat, and the normal calories, you can go online and calculate the calories you need in a day. For me, it's 2,000 calories. That's like one burrito and 1 foot long will do me up good all day. So, and the most beneficial part, or best thing I have found out, is give a speech at Toastmasters about healthy eating and nutrition. When you say you will be bound by what you preach. You'll be reinforcing these thoughts, reading a lot, doing your research, and I highly recommend that. And you'll be dancing in your 80s with a healthy way and not dragging yourself to your old age. I'm just
Thanks, Jake. Actually, thanks to both of our speakers today for some very inspiring words. Okay, but I would have said that anyway. I really appreciate your speeches.